Hey there, comic book friends! New comic book day! At least new comic book day for me. I got my comics here in the bags. My handy dandy invoice here tells me that I've got a measly 18 books this week, so clearly a light week for me. Or at least it sure has been here lately, right? Let's jump right into it. I know some of the books I'm getting this week and others I don't. We're just going to throw the ads on the floor because we don't care about them today. I don't think there's anything new or interesting in there. Let's jump right into it. Faith, issue number 8. Still been enjoying the heck out of this book. Look forward to seeing what is next. What's the next message? Online stalkers, what could it be? Who knows? Flintstones, issue number 8. This is my first single issue of the Flintstones. I've just been hearing way too much good stuff about it. If you've been watching the Comic Roundtable or you watch at least Mike Sergeant America's channel, he has been hounding me since this came out that this is such a great book and whatnot. I have ordered the trade, the first trade. I don't know when that's coming. This is kind of one and done kind of stories as a general rule, so there's no reason that we can't jump in and check this out anywhere along the way. Other people have told me this is great too. Rez Reads, if you follow her, she's been talking about how great it is too. So super excited to be getting in on this Hanna-Barbera stuff and see what it's all about. Just sounds amazing. So excited to read a good comic book that has some great social commentary on it. So looking forward to that. Green Arrow. This is issue number 16. More of the Emerald Outlaw. Percy and Ferrara for our art, so it'll be good art. I have dropped this. This might be the last issue. Actually, I got one more issue. There'll be another issue this month, and I think then that is it for me on Green Arrow for now until something changes with the storytelling in it, I believe. Unless I hear something amazing about it. Book I'm super excited to be reading. Issue number 3 of Hawkeye. Great cover here of her running from the masses of hordes around LA, around the Venice Beach area. It kind of looks like are chasing her down. They're all under some sort of mind control, so really curious to see where that all goes. Kelly Thompson's voice for Kate Bishop has been spot on, I believe. Great art in this, of course, being held down by Judah Billary on colors. So, very much looking forward to reading that. Gonna get a kick out of that. Paper Girls is back. Super excited by that. See what happens now. Had this whole jump to the future, not jump into the future thing go on. So what's next? Where's the story going to go? So looking forward to that. Interesting note, this is the first cover that isn't just one solid color. Most of the other ones have been pretty much one solid color with just the Paper Girl being in a different color. Like all blue or all yellow or all pink or whatever. So kind of curious about that. But very much looking forward to that. Paper Girl being back. More Nightwing, issue 14. More of the Bloodhaven story. I think this is the end of the Bloodhaven story. So curious to see how that ends. And what we're setting up going forward. Should be interesting also. Apollo and Midnighter. This is issue 5 of 6. Maybe we're going to get some Apollo action going on in this one now. So, I think Midnighter has managed to make it to where Apollo's at in hell. What's next? How does this affect their relationship and whatnot? And the snipe, the rare unicorn, the Bigfoot of comic books. It is issue 6 of Karnak, which I believe is the final issue. Love that cover. His face screaming there, and it kind of ends up being the tower. I'm assuming this ends the story. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I've really enjoyed this Warren Ellis driven book, so I'm curious to see how it ends, because I believe, like I said, that this is the end of a said arc. And just amazing that we get that. And that book started, I think, probably 2 years ago, and that's issue 6. I might be exaggerating the 2 years a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, what's next? This is the Everafter. The Amazing Simon. Wow, great cover there. I'm curious. This is a new arc. We just had this kind of really impactful arc in the last issue. We see kind of where the spies are at and what some of those spies' end game might be and whatnot. So that's all kind of interesting and everything. Like I said, I didn't like this book when it first came out. It's really grown on me. I really started enjoying it. So looking forward to seeing what the new story is going to be. We had this kind of really big story to start out with. Now what's next? So great looking cover. I'll have to check out who did that cover. It almost looks like, I almost want to say that is Tula Latoy. We got time, right? Because I only have 18 books this week, so I'm going to look. Different interior artist. Tula Latoy on covers. Ooh, he's so good. I know the artist I like. At any rate, next up we have Yakuza Demon Hunters. I think this is the final issue. So I'm really curious to see where this thing all pans out to. Kind of really enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing, does it end in a way where they could bring back more at some point. But yeah, Yakuza Demon Killers. Next up we have Captain Atom. This is issue number 4. I am a Captain Atom fan. Was not really excited by the first issue. It was very blah, 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 blah. So I'm hoping that with this issue, we move into something a little more interesting. That was all kind of set up. So now we get to see what's next. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do with Captain Atom? Character I've always kind of enjoyed throughout the years. Always try it anyway. So, next up is issue 16 of Batman. This is the I Am Bane, the beginning of the I Am Bane. So I'm excited to see what's going to go on now that we're doing a Bane story. What's that really going to be like? Curious. You got Catwoman on the cover. Is she going to now be around in the Bat family a lot more? Be interesting to see. Anyway, Finch back on art. Finch back on pencils. With Mickey doing inks, and of course, Judy Blair, awesome colors. So let's see. I really enjoyed the last 2 issues. I really enjoyed the little Catwoman story as a whole. Just a few little nitpicky kind of things that kind of bug me, but I really enjoyed that. It felt like Batman had a voice. Now, are we going to see Batman have a voice here? Or is Batman going to be secondary character, which is okay if it's going to be Bane focused, if they're going to give Bane a voice. So just... I feel like with Tom King and the Batman title, it's felt like it's been pretty hollow, and so I want there to be more of that. Ooh, first book I'm going to read this week. Right after I'm done with this video, probably. This is Deadly Clash issue number 26, and I've been hearing, oh my God, it's amazing things. I've been told by people that I need to read this book first, and then not read another book for like half an hour because that's how crazy and awesome that this issue is going to be. So very much looking forward to that. Top of the list for sure. The final issue of the Electric Sublime, I believe. Another crazy art cover. Love that. I've been really loving these the B covers of this the subscription covers of this book, just because they're kind of takes on different kinds of art and stuff. So excited to see how this thing ends. And it's another book that I'm going to question, another IDW book. My question, is it going to land in a way that we could get more story down the road in some sense? And so I'm kind of hoping that is the case, because I've enjoyed this. I kind of see where it goes to. One of the new books I'm picking up this week, Blood Blister. This is an Aftershock comic. I'm picking it up basically because Phil Hester's writing it, without really knowing a whole lot about it. I'm a Phil Hester fan. I like his art a lot. And I want to support his writing too. He's had some good stories. He's done some really hard work on some stuff. Mystic was a brilliant book. Not enough people picked it up through Image, I don't believe. So I don't know if we'll ever see it back, but that's a book people should have got. Should get in trade if you haven't got otherwise. And I like what he attempted to do with Wonder Woman when it was kind of thrown in his lap way back in the day. So anyway, I don't know if you can see Blood Blister. And we got Baltimore, the Red Kingdom. This is 1 of 5, so this is going to be a longer one. Peter Bergington is doing the art on this one. I think that's a Ben Steinbeck cover, though. Remember back in the day when Ben Steinbeck was the only person who did Baltimore, and I really, really enjoyed that. Bergington, is not striking a bell right offhand. And I noticed that Dave Stewart isn't doing the colors. What's up with that? That's a first, because Dave Stewart does the colors for everything in the Magnolia universe. Colors by Michelle Madison, I think. So yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. I think it's relatively the same color palette, but I don't know. It doesn't look quite as rich, in my opinion, as what the Dave Stewart does, the amazing Dave Stewart. Talk about two powerhouse of colorists, Dave Stewart and Jody Bellary. I think between the two of them, they own more comic book awards than most other creators combined, just about, it seems like. So, Superman issue number 16, Multiplicity, another Multiplicity issue. I've been having fun with this, looking forward to seeing what's next in the whole gather up all the Superman to fight whatever the bad monster is. So, yeah, super stoked about that. And finally, this week, the ever amazing Shade the Changing Girl, issue number 5. Just been a really, really great story. Beautiful art inside, excellent sequential art, amazing covers. Just great stuff. By far a favorite comic of mine. And that is it! And there will be a comic book roundtable this week. I actually have maybe possibly more than one other person on the show. So that'll be awesome too. I hope you tune in Saturday, 6:30 Pacific time. That would be 9:30 Eastern time. Typically we start a little bit after that. But yeah, look forward to chatting some books and whatever else comes up. Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody, and I will catch you next time.